The things you do when your life partner is away. Number one. So I'm trying to kill time while Linda is in Vietnam. She's been there for a week. I've been trying to keep myself busy. One of the projects that I took on today was cleaning out the fridge. I have not done that in a while. But one of the experiences that I had was, and chime in if you've had this, so you're cleaning out jars that haven't been touched in a few years, let's say. There's always one jar that you're so hesitant to pull out of the fridge because God knows what chemical reaction has been happening within that little pot. So it gets squashed further and further to the back of the fridge until one day when your wife goes away for a couple of weeks, you're like, yeah, that's a project I need to take on. Let's have a look at that bad boy. So sure enough, I pulled out what I think was harissa sauce at some point, or it might have been black olives. Again, the decomposition had taken hold of whatever the hell was in that jar and I actually think when I opened the jar, it basically jumped out of the jar and into the recycling bin. It was that nasty. I'm going to need some time to get over the odor and the texture of whatever slime ball that was that came out of the jar. Anyways, honey, I've cleaned up the fridge. Second thing I did while Linda is away is I thought, I'd watch a couple of shows. Yeah, that will kill some time. So one of the shows, and I have seen a season of this before, it's on Prime, I believe. It's called Alone. It's a great show. Basically, you take these people, you dump them in this case, northern British Columbia, and you give them some cameras and they have to survive on their own by hunting, trapping, fishing, eating bugs. You get the idea. And the end goal is to see who can survive out in the wilderness as long as they can. So when you're alone, watching a show called Alone about people being alone, it's not the best way to spend your time if you're feeling lonely. Anyways, that was good. And then the other thing I did was there's a movie that I've been wanting to watch, and Linda was like, yeah, I have no interest in that. So she went away. I am going to take a look at this movie. And if you don't believe me, you can Google this. There is a movie out there called Zombeavers. Zombeavers. One word. It is about, yes, as you can well imagine, zombie beavers. I kid you not. It is so bad that I have to watch it in stages because it starts to rot my brain a little bit. And I fear, this is a real concern of mine. I fear that when Linda comes back, if I watched this movie all the way through in its entirety, I would be noticeably dumber. But it is entertaining-ish. It's a beautiful day. What am I doing inside? Let's go for a ride. So great to be out. Full disclosure, this is not the first ride of the week outside. I did duck out at lunch yesterday at work and got a quick 50-minute noodle in, which was also amazing. So there's a few things I'm concerned about in these early season rides. I'm not actually on the road right now. I'm on the multi-use path. But when I'm on the road, I'm really trying to dodge nails, glass, rocks, all those kind of things that are going to lead to a puncture. I don't want that. I only brought one spare inner tube with me today. I'm not on the steel bikes. I have two of those. I have the Mariposa, which is still in bubble wrap, and I have the Velo Orange. I rode that one yesterday. I'm on the plastic bike. Yeah, this is my felt. This one resides on the trainer over the winter. The cranks on this bad boy are 175. I usually run a 172.5, so at some point I like to change these out and get something a little bit shorter, because that seems to be all the rage these days. These warmer days in March are really quite something. You could just feel this palpable energy from people, especially after the winter we've had, and it was a winter. People are just so happy to be outside, soaking out the vitamin D. Even the runners are smiling, which is saying something. Okay, upwards and onwards. Okay, chums, a couple of things that I noticed on the ride so far today. I deviated off of the multi-use path, which has 0 potholes, but a shit ton of cracks and winter holdover. I don't know what that is. Sorry, I thought those guys were gonna croak. Anyways, yeah, so I deviated, I went onto the road. A couple of things at this time of the year. What is this, middle of March? Potholes. Adopt the kind of mountain biking philosophy. When you're mountain biking, you don't look down at your front wheel. You look ahead, you see the obstacles ahead, so you prepare yourself mentally and physically of what's coming, and you adjust. Well, it's much the same at this time of the year on the old road bike. There's a ton of potholes. Some of them are sneaky as well. Some of them are submerged in puddles. So be aware, pick your head up and look ahead. The other thing is, leave your carbon hoops at home. Please, please, please. I've got aluminum on today. I think that's what they are. They're certainly not carbon. And I've got some cyclocross knobbies on because it is a little icy in places, and I'm thankful that I have it. But leave the very expensive carbon hoops at home for at least another month or so, unless you want to totally destroy them. That's 2 tips for you. Don't say I never give you anything. There's 2 for free. Love these early season rides. Don't love having to wash the bike, and it is a wash the bike situation after every ride at this time of the season. It's very splashy out there. I'm sure my bike is covered in fecal matter. Guaranteed. Let's give her a clean.
Freak out, she's coming. Freak out, she's sick of H-Cup for you. Freak.
2-minute clean. Yeah, I'll probably take it in, give the cassette a bit of a scrub, re-oil the chain. I did oil it last night, and yeah, I think that's pretty good. It's really just to get the salt off of the key components on the bike.